Hello there, it's Wale here today from Norwich, Southeast. I want to talk to you today about how to transform a depressive episode. How to transform a depressive episode. Depression, by the way, has become the number one cause of disability in the modern society. And what is depression? What is depression? Depression is basically when my neurological self has succumbed to the overtaxing demand of my biochemical self. You see, when I think, I produce chemicals, and those chemicals make their way to some vital parts of my brain to turn themselves into a feeling. But if I produce negative chemicals all the time, eventually, my natural body defense mechanisms, my natural fight or flight response, the mechanism in my system that's supposed to regulate me back to a state of balance, could eventually give up. It could get to a state of exhaustion where it no longer has the capability to restore me back to order. So depression basically is the incapability to feel a sense of life, of joy, of energy. You know, you begin to seek routines. You want to isolate yourself from the environment. You want to disconnect from your social gathering. And because of that, you realize that you are no longer expressing your life. Rather, you are reacting to life. You are reacting to various amounts of negative thoughts, negative electrochemical reactions that are being fired from a state of depressive mindset. So two things. The number one thing I want to recommend today is to begin to shift your mind game. Now, it's very hard because I understand that when you are going through a depressive episode, it is hard to feel a sense of joy, a sense of adventure. It is very hard to crave something new. Why? Because a part of the brain called the hippocampus, the hippocampus is in charge of enabling us to feel a sense of aliveness. We want to crave new things. We want to join in a fun fair. We want to open the curtains and go and explore the world. So the part of the brain that helps us to do that has been compromised in a depressive state. So that's why I understand you might not desire it, but that is where your conscious mind will come in. Consciousness is stronger than my biochemistry. Absolutely. Just make up your mind that I'm going to design a new model of me. What do I want to become? Is there anybody in my environment that is already living the life I want to live? How can I modify my new neurological self in a way that will begin to signal my brain a different way? So write down a paragraph of you, what you want to become with regards to your feeling. How do I want to feel? What power do I want over my mind to control the way I think? Decide how you want to live. Write it down. Start with I am or I. For example, I am in control of my emotions. I'm in control of my mind. I'm in control of my thinking. Even under pressure, write down everything that you desire with regards to your personal life, with regards to your personality, your attributes, the way of thinking, and the energy level to create your destiny. Then you need to now begin to visualize that. Yes, begin to imagine you as though it's already your reality. That paragraph becomes your mental, neurological new state of mind. And you want to think about that. You want to imagine you in that element. We do know so much a rack of research has suggested that what you're thinking about, or you're thinking about constantly, is shaping the mix of your biochemical reactions that are damaging the hippocampus elements of our brain that is not allowing us to desire new things, that keeps us in that state of depressive episode. As you begin to signal a new mind, visualizing your new self, you realize that the brain begins to rewire itself away from the memory of the past into the anticipation of that new experience you are giving to it. It's very incredible what the mind can do if you change the way it thinks, if you give it a new script for living. So number one, write down today how you want to signal your mind into the future. What do you want to be? Write it down and begin to visualize that every single day. It takes about 21 days for the brain to eventually create the first preliminary template of your new self, but you have to keep going. Every single day, write down what you want to be, how you want to feel emotionally, how you want to be able to control your mind. You call it my new neural self or my new neurological script, and begin to imagine that every day. Before you know it, your biochemical reactions will begin to change. And those new mindsets will begin to change the elements even of your DNA, of your cells. It's incredible. At the subcortical level, from the cellular level, you'll begin to shift the DNA expression of your entire existence. Things will change. Even some physical illnesses, some pains in your body, or other things that might have been, that might have been caused by the depressive state of mind will begin to regenerate. We can regenerate our dormant or damaged tissues of motivation, of adventure. We can. Science has proven it. It's called neurogenesis. So you want to do that. You want to do that. The second thing is begin to signal your brain a different way through various activities. Right now, the brain has a level of mind that is operating by. So if you're depressed, that is the level of mind the brain is operating by. It's firing the same way. It's mixing up the same chemicals for you. So what you want to do is to change the perceptions of the brain, what the brain does. How do you do that? Do a new thing. Join a gym, join a new dancing class, go for a walk, do something exhilarating, something powerful, something motivational, something inspirational that will signal the brain in a new way to produce a greater level of mind. You see, right now, the level of mind that supports depression is the level that is below the environment, a level that is below your body, because you listen to your feeling, right? And it's a level that is below the time. So you have to create a different level of mind that is greater than your body, your feeling, that is greater than the environment, all the problems that are going on around you, and that is greater than a sense of time, which has been distorted when you're depressed. So that is very powerful. Number one, create a new neuro-idealize you. Write down a paragraph that you begin to visualize as me. Each time you wake up, you mirror you imagine you actually displaying it. And before you know it, the synaptic connections of the brain that have been reinforcing the depressive episode will eventually begin to form a new neurological network that will reinforce your desired future. So your brain becomes the memory of the future and not the memory of the past. So I'm Wale Oladipo. I hope this has been useful to you today. Like it. If you like it, share it. If you share it, say something about it. Let somebody catch something with regards to how to transform themselves from a state of depressive episode to a state of highly charged energy designed for creativity. for life, for energy, for impact, for contributions. So great. If you're in the London area, on Saturday I'm going to be there at the Regent's University, sharing with a bunch of guys, a bunch of people who are extremely very hungry for understanding on transformation. So join me. Go on the website, mindbodybreakthrough.co.uk. It will be great to see you there. I'm going to be talking more about the neurophysiology of anxiety, of depression, and we're going to blow it up, and it's going to be awesome. Yeah. See you soon. It's Wale signing up. Signing off. I'm signing off. Bye-bye.